Shabbat Shalom. The moon was full on Wednesday. In fact, it was a harvest moon, a supermoon, bright in the sky. It means we had reached a halfway point in the month of Elul. That means that Rosh Hashanah, the new Jewish year, is now less than 2 weeks away. The cantor began with that haunting, beautiful melody, Hashivenu, return. This is considered a period of return to what? For the traditional person, it's a return to a closeness with God. For others, it's a return to our highest selves. We want to begin the new year on the right foot, in the best way that we can. And we utilize this time as the old year comes to an end and the new year dawns to think about our mistakes, to think about our shortcomings and how we can rise to a higher level in the new year just before us. We turn to page 67 in our prayer book for an opening reading that speaks about the meaning of the synagogue at a time when we will have the installation of our members of the Board of Trustees. On the bottom of the bottom half of the page, let's read responsively, "May the door of this synagogue be wide enough to receive all who hunger for love, all who are lonely for friendship.
May it welcome all who have cares to unburden, thanks to express, hopes to nurture.
May the door of this synagogue be narrow enough to shut out pettiness and pride, envy and enmity.
May its threshold be no stumbling block to young or straying feet.
May it be too high to admit complacency, selfishness and harshness.
May this synagogue be for all who enter, the doorway to a richer and more meaningful life."
Returning to the front of the book to page 3, before the lighting of the Shabbat candles. As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we by our lives give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we in our own day be among those who kindle light together. O source of light and truth, creator of the eternal law of goodness, help us to find knowledge by which to live. Lead us to take the words we shall speak into our hearts and our lives. Bless all who enter this sanctuary in need, all who bring
the offerings of their hearts. May our worship lead us to acts of kindness, peace, and love.
Our welcome of Shabbat continues with the classic song of the Sabbath, Lecha Dodi, page 20.
Shabbat
Likrat Kala, Pene Shabbat Nekabela.
לקראת שבת לכו ונחכים מקור הברכה מראש מכתם נסוכה סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה
לך דודי, לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי, לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה.
התעוררי, התעוררי, כי באורך קומי אורי, 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 שיר דברי, כבוד אדוני, עלייך נגלה.
לך דודי, לקראת קלה,
פני שבת
נקבלה. לך דודי, לקראת קלה,
פני שבת
נקבלה. We rise and face the entrance to the synagogue to dramatize our welcome of the Sabbath.
בואי ושלום עטרת בעלה גם בשמחה ובצהלה תוך אמונה עם סגולה.
בואי כלה,
בואי כלה,
לך
דודי לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה.
We remain standing for our call to worship, the Baruch Hu, page 28. Please be seated. The new Jewish year also corresponds with the changing of the seasons. Fall officially arrives on Sunday, I believe at 8:23 a.m. The next prayer is thoughtful when it comes to the change of the seasons and light and darkness. On page 31, praise to you, Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows. Your wisdom sets the way on which time and season glide. Your breath guides the sail of the stars, creator of the tide of time and light. You guide the current of day into night. As heaven spans to infinity, you set its course for eternity. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows. Baruch atah Adonai Hama'ariv Aravim. From the world around us, and the cycle of the seasons, to the cycle of the soul, Ahavat Olam, Unending Love, page 32. Join together in the Shema and the V'ahavta.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Adonai Elohecha bechol levavecha ubechol nafshecha ubechol me'otecha vehayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם להות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובישעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים אני אדוני אלוהיכם אדוני אלוהיכם emet.
You know, the V'ahavta that we just chanted is really old. How do we know that? It's from the book of Deuteronomy. And so we know it's 2,500 to 2,700 years old. But the next prayer is even older because it comes from the book of Exodus, and it comes from a piece of poetry that may predate the rest of the Torah. At least that's what the scholars tell us. I'm speaking about the Micha Mocha on page 40, but what's also interesting is that the Micha Mocha probably has more melodies than any other prayer. And that's because, by its nature, as a prayer of thanks, it inspires composers, but also because it takes on the melodies of all the holidays as we approach and as we actually observe the holidays. So Micha Mocha is sung as our oldest prayer, but in many different ways over the cycle of the year. Every year, as soon as I hear da, 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 I know that it's for real. The high holidays are here. Page 42. Grant, O God, that we lie down in peace and raise us up, our guardian, to life renewed. Spread over us the shelter of your peace. Hashkivenu.
Shalomecha, Baruch atah Adonai, Haporei Sukkot Shalom, Aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael, ve'al
Page 44, the people of Israel shall keep Shabbat, observing Shabbat throughout the ages as a covenant for all time. We stand shoulder to shoulder with our buddies Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebecca, Leah, and Rachel, our matriarchs and our patriarchs for the Tefillah prayer, page 46. We rise. Ona sifatai tifta ufi gite hilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avoteinu v'Imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzhak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el HaGadol.
Please be seated. On page 57, you are with us in our prayer, our love, and our doubt, in our longing to feel your presence and do your will. You are the still, clear voice within us. Therefore, O God, when doubt troubles us, when anxiety makes us tremble, when pain clouds the mind, we look inward for the answer to our prayers. Together, there may we find you, and there find courage, insight, and endurance. And let our worship bring us closer to one another, that all Israel and all who seek you may find new strength for your service. Baruch atah Adonai, she'odcha levadcha b'yirah na'avot. The prayer of peace, Shalom Rav, on page 60. Now at the end of the Amidah, our thoughts turn to those of our loved ones in need of healing, be this a healing of body or a healing of soul. And as we have done every Shabbat since October 7th, we also bring to mind all the hostages still in captivity, still suffering, and all the soldiers in harm's way. As I walk around, if you would like to name a loved one aloud for this prayer, please do so. מי שברך אבותינו ואמותינו, הוא ישלח במהרה רפואה שלמה, רפואת הנפש ורפואת הגוף, ונאמר אמן. Our Torah portion in Deuteronomy Kitavo opens with a description of a beautiful and ancient ritual. It says, when you come into the land and you have your harvest, take the first fruits of your harvest, put it in a basket. Take the basket and go to the high place that I will show you. And at that place, give the basket of fruit to the local priest. And then recite, I wouldn't call it a confession, I would call it a profession. Because what the person is supposed to recite is 2 paragraphs. The first paragraph is to understand that my ancestors, along with God, have brought me to this moment from when I was a wandering Aramean, it begins, to the Exodus from Egypt. And then in the second paragraph, listen to what you're commanded to say. You shall declare before the Lord your God, I have cleared out the consecrated portion from the house, and I have given it to the Levite, the stranger, the fatherless, and the widow, just as you have commanded me. I have neither transgressed nor neglected any of your commandments. It's a declaration of our responsibility to share of our harvest and our blessing with those in need, with those in the margins, the Levite, the stranger, the fatherless, and the widow, just as you have commanded me. This is really the beginning of a declaration of our ethical responsibilities that go hand in hand with our ritual responsibilities. It's a nice thought to think about. Have we given of our consecrated portion as we enter this high holy day season? We pause for a moment of reflection. It's been my privilege and pleasure to work with past presidents Alan Spector, Lance Straight, Michael Fishbein, and now Marshall Jacobowitz during my time here, and also very closely with two past presidents, Virginia Gitter and Beth Ziff. All outstanding people and presidents. And for the 14th year, a privilege to call forward for the installation of our Board of Trustees in three parts, beginning with the installation prayer for the President, the officers, and the trustees as a whole. And so I'd like to call forward Marshall. Since biblical times, the Jewish call to commitment has been embodied in the one-word Hebrew declaration, Hineni, here I am. Abraham on Mount Moriah responds to the commanding voice of God, the innocent query of Isaac, and the urgent appeal of the angel, all with that one word, Hineni. Jacob, poised to undertake the arduous journey of reunion with Joseph in Egypt, responds with the same. So too does Moses in his fateful encounter before the burning bush that was not consumed. Likewise, the prophet Samuel, as a little boy who hears the call in Eli's house, and the prophet Isaiah, who trembling before the power of his vision says, "Here I am, send me." Following in the footsteps of the leaders of our people, may you, Marshall, assume the mantle of leading this congregation with wisdom and patience, with strength and humility, with courage and devotion. Now, we ask you to respond with our ancient call to commitment, Hineni, signifying your acceptance of the responsibility of serving as president of Congregation Adas Emuno.
Hineni.
Mazel tov. Congratulations. Now I'd like to call forward the officers of the board who are present this evening. Vice President, Treasurer, Financial Secretary. We are Congregation Adas Emuno, a family of families, a faithful assembly, responsive to the needs and diversity of our congregants, the Jewish people, and our community. As officers of this congregation, you have answered the call to lead. By your actions and likewise by your personal example, you set the tone of congregational life and chart the future of this synagogue. May you always work to enhance the warmth and supportive atmosphere that promotes the spiritual fulfillment and well-being of our congregants. At the same time, you are charged to effectively manage the membership, staff, and programs of this synagogue. In all your endeavors, may you draw strength from your faith and from your fellow leaders. Now we ask you to respond with our ancient call to commitment, signifying your acceptance of the responsibility of serving as an officer of Congregation Adas Emuno.
Hineni.
Mazel tov. And now I'd like to call forward the members of the Board of Trustees at large. How about some here too, for good balance? A well-known prayer from our Siddur, which we said at the beginning of the service, begins, "May the door of this synagogue be wide enough to receive all who hunger for love, all who are lonely for fellowship. May it welcome all who have cares to unburden, thanks to express, hopes to nurture. As members of the Board of Trustees of this congregation, you are the keepers of the door. By your actions and likewise by your personal example, you set the tone of congregational life and chart the future of this congregation. May you remember that the leadership of a synagogue is both spiritual and managerial at one and the same time. In the spirit of this prayer, may you labor to enrich the spiritual search and Jewish identity of all who enter, and uphold the highest values of Talmud Torah and Tikkun Olam. In all your endeavors, may you draw strength from your faith and from your fellow leaders. Now, we ask you to respond with our ancient call to commitment, signifying your acceptance of the responsibility of serving as a member of the Board of Trustees of Congregation Adas Emuno. Mazel tov. We have a special song that Cantor Suzy is now going to play appropriately, Sanctuary.
Lord, prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true, and with thanksgiving I'll be a living sanctuary for you. Ve'asuli mikdash ve'shachanti betocham v'anachnu nevarech Yah be'ata be'ad olam. Lord, prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true, and with thanksgiving I'll be a living sanctuary a sanctuary for you.
Very beautiful. We ask you all now to rise for the Aleinu prayer, at the bottom of page 282. You can be back to your seats.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'chadon hakol, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו
On this Shabbat, we call to mind and reverence those recently taken from our midst during the Shloshim, during the 30-day period. Laura Bodian, daughter of Carol Bodian. This week, the first female soldier in Gaza was killed. Her name, Agam Naim, age 20. Killed along with her, David Toaf, age 23. Amit Bakri, age 21. And Dotan Shimoni, age 21. On the Shabbat, in love and reverence as well, the Yortzeit, the anniversary of the passing of Joseph Spector, father of Alan Spector, Beatrice Chalkin, mother of Dennis Chalkin. For all those close to our hearts, and for all those for whom there may be no one to say Kaddish, we recite the Kaddish prayer on page 294. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbi, be'alma divra chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'hayechon uv'yomechon uv'hayei d'chol Beit Yisrael, ba'gala uv'zman kariv v'imru Amen. Yehei shmei Rabbi mevorach leolam olamei almaya. Yitbarak v'yishtabak v'yitpa'ar v'yitroman v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yithalal shemeid kudesha brichu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tush bechata v'nechemata ta'amiran be'alma v'imru Amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemayim v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru Amen. Osei shalom b'imroma hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru Amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn and comfort to all who are bereaved. Amen. Please be seated. One of the highest responsibilities of the president is weekly greetings and announcements.
I look forward to it. Thank you, and thank you, Rabbi, for the wonderful installation service, and thank you for the beautiful rendition of Sanctuary. That was great. Thank you, Dylan, also for streaming tonight's service. For announcements, we do have Torah study tomorrow at 10 o'clock. On Sunday, we have Sunday school at 9 o'clock, regular showing. You should have noticed in the Thursday distribution there are going to be two commemorative events for October 7th, so there's information there and links. There's going to be one. There's going to be a speaker from one of the communities that was affected directly in Israel, and then on the Saturday night on October 5th, and then on October 7th, there's an event in Tenafly, which is, you do have to register for that. So all that information was in the weekly distribution. Also, you should all have received the information for the high holiday services in the last week. So just making you aware that that should be in your mail. And that's all I have. Shabbat Shalom.
Confirmation and youth group also are meeting this Sunday. Confirmation class at 11, youth group at 12 o'clock. Another image of the high holy days is the opening of the gates. Several times during the holiday services, including in that final service of Yom Kippur, we beseech the power beyond us to keep open the gates, to open for us the gates of righteousness. And so, as a nod to the coming holidays, Pitchu Li, which is a phrase from the Psalms. The words are in the back of the book at page 344. At the top, open the gates of righteousness for me, that I might enter them and praise Adonai. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.